Ireland, the Emerald Isle. A land of rolling green hills, rugged coastlines, and ancient stories whispered on the wind. For centuries, Ireland has captivated hearts and minds with its rich history and vibrant culture. From the legendary tales of giants and fairies to the poignant melodies of traditional music, Ireland's spirit runs deep. This small island nation boasts a legacy that stretches back through millennia, a tapestry woven with threads of triumph and tragedy. Join us now as we journey through the ages, uncovering the layers of history that have shaped this remarkable land. Long before written records graced its shores, Ireland was a land shrouded in mystery. The earliest inhabitants, nomadic hunter-gatherers, left behind silent testament to their presence in the form of flint tools and rudimentary dwellings. As the centuries passed, farming communities emerged, cultivating the fertile land and establishing permanent settlements. Around the Iron Age, a new wave of settlers arrived, the Celts. Skilled warriors and artisans, the Celts brought with them their unique language, art, and mythology, leaving an indelible mark on the Irish identity. Intricate metalwork, such as the iconic Ardagh chalice, and elaborate hill forts, like the imposing fort at Navan Fort, stand as enduring reminders of their craftsmanship. The Celts' mythology, rich with tales of bravery, magic, and otherworldly beings, became woven into the fabric of Irish storytelling. Their legacy lives on in the Irish language, the vibrant traditions of music and dance, and the enduring fascination with the mystical and the magical. As the Roman Empire spread its influence across Europe, reaching the shores of Britain, a new force began to reshape the religious landscape of Ireland. In the 5th century AD, a man named Patrick, now revered as Ireland's patron saint, arrived on the island. Although captured as a youth and enslaved by Irish raiders, Patrick eventually escaped and returned to Ireland, driven by a fervent desire to share his Christian faith. Patrick's mission proved remarkably successful. Traveling extensively throughout the island, he established monasteries and churches, spreading the message of Christianity far and wide. His teachings resonated with the Irish people, gradually replacing the ancient pagan beliefs with the tenets of the new faith. Monks, dedicated to lives of prayer and study, became renowned for their exquisite illuminated manuscripts, such as the Book of Kells. Monasteries served as centers of knowledge, preserving classical texts and fostering intellectual pursuits during the tumultuous early Middle Ages. The arrival of Christianity had a profound and lasting impact on Ireland, reshaping the religious landscape and fostering a flourishing monastic culture. The tranquility of Ireland's monastic age was shattered in the late 8th century with the arrival of fierce raiders from the sea, the Vikings. These Scandinavian warriors, renowned for their seafaring prowess and ruthlessness in battle, launched a series of raids on coastal settlements, plundering monasteries and wreaking havoc across the island. While initially focused on plunder, the Vikings soon established permanent settlements in Ireland, founding towns like Dublin and Waterford. In the 12th century, another wave of invaders arrived on Ireland's shores, the Normans. These descendants of Viking settlers in northern France, led by the ambitious Norman Lord Strongbow, responded to a call for aid from a deposed Irish king, only to seize power for themselves. The Norman invasion marked the beginning of centuries of English involvement in Irish affairs, with the Normans quickly gaining control of large swathes of Ireland. Section 5. Under Foreign Skies, Centuries of English Rule. The Norman invasion marked the beginning of a long and complex relationship between England and Ireland. Over the centuries, English influence and control over Ireland gradually expanded, punctuated by periods of both relative peace and fierce rebellion. English monarchs, eager to consolidate their power, implemented policies aimed at asserting their authority and limiting the autonomy of the Irish Gaelic lords. One such policy was the establishment of plantations, where English settlers were granted land confiscated from Irish landowners. These plantations, particularly in the province of Ulster, led to significant demographic and social upheaval. Resistance to English rule simmered throughout the centuries, erupting in numerous uprisings and rebellions. Irish leaders such as Hugh O'Neill sought to challenge English dominance and preserve Gaelic culture and traditions. However, despite valiant efforts, these rebellions were ultimately unsuccessful, often facing brutal suppression at the hands of English forces. The centuries of English rule witnessed a complex interplay of cultural exchange, political maneuvering, and violent conflict, leaving an indelible mark on the Irish psyche. Section 6. The Great Hunger, a Nation Devastated. The mid-19th century witnessed one of the darkest chapters in Irish history, the Great Famine. Between 1845 and 1849, a devastating blight ravaged the potato crop, which served as the primary source of sustenance for millions of Irish people. The result was a catastrophic famine that decimated the population and left an enduring scar on the Irish soul. The British government's response to the crisis was widely criticised as inadequate and indifferent, exacerbating the suffering of the Irish people. As starvation and disease swept through the countryside, millions of Irish citizens were forced to make desperate choices. Many fled their homeland, embarking on perilous journeys across the Atlantic in search of a better life in America and other parts of the New World. Those who remained faced unimaginable hardships, struggling to survive in the face of widespread hunger, disease, and death. The trauma of this period left an indelible mark on the national psyche, shaping Irish attitudes towards land, poverty, and British rule for generations to come. Section 7. A Rising Nation, the Fight for Freedom. The latter half of the 19th century witnessed a surge in Irish nationalism, as calls for Home Rule, which would grant Ireland limited self-governance within the United Kingdom, gained momentum. Organisations like the Irish Parliamentary Party, led by Charles Stewart Parnell, fought tirelessly for Irish rights within the British political system. However, progress towards Home Rule was met with resistance from British authorities and Unionists, primarily concentrated in the northern province of Ulster. In 1916, a group of Irish Republicans launched the Easter Rising, a rebellion aimed at ending British rule and establishing an independent Irish Republic. While the rising was ultimately suppressed by British forces, it ignited a firestorm of nationalistic fervour across Ireland. Following the First World War, the Irish War of Independence erupted, pitting the Irish Republican Army, IRA, against British forces. The conflict ended in 1921 with the Anglo-Irish Treaty, which partitioned Ireland into the Irish Free State and Northern Ireland. Section 8. Ireland Today, a modern nation with an ancient soul. In the decades following independence, Ireland underwent a period of significant social, economic, and cultural transformation. Once a predominantly rural and agricultural society, Ireland embraced modernization, experiencing rapid industrialization and economic growth. The country's traditional industries, such as agriculture and fishing, were joined by burgeoning sectors like technology and pharmaceuticals. Ireland's accession to the European Economic Community, EEC, in 1973 proved to be a pivotal moment, opening up new markets and attracting foreign investment. The country, once known for its emigration, became a destination for immigrants, adding to its cultural diversity and enriching its social fabric. Despite the challenges of modernization and globalization, Ireland has retained its unique character and cultural heritage. Traditional music and dance continue to thrive, while Irish literature, theatre and film enjoy international acclaim. With its vibrant culture, resilient spirit and unwavering determination, Ireland continues to carve its own path on the world stage, a testament to the enduring power of its history and the unwavering hope of its people.